Hello everybody during the Music Violin community. This is Mike Comanche Soldier 777 and hope everyone's doing well. I just figured I'd show you a video of some of my favorite albums throughout the years. Um, since this is my 50th video and I got 45 subscribers, I figured I'd show you a video of this on this particular subject matter. The albums that have a big influence on me throughout the years. But first I'd like to mention something before I do that. And I don't usually discuss my personal faith or my views on things, but I heard recently on this website, or these videos I heard recently, there's a couple that comes on YouTube, Gilbert and Sharon, Derek and Sharon Gilbert of Skywatch TV. Anyway, the CEO of the organization called Tom Horn recently gave a prediction based on facts where, in the Bible where it mentions in Revelation 8 about this meteorite that's supposed to hit the earth called wormwood. And I believe it's supposed to poison a third of the oceans and that kind of thing and cause a lot of deaths. He said that this particular meteorite has been labeled by NASA by a name called Apophis, which is a word for the Egyptian god of destruction. And NASA claims that it's supposed to not hit the Earth. And we all know that a lot of things NASA says isn't necessarily accurate or true. Anyway, so he predicted, this guy Tom Horn, is going to hit the Earth on April 13, 2029. Now, some of you might think, come on, yeah, right, that this is crap, which could be. We don't know. I'm not discounting what Tom Horn says, but the Tom Horn has a track record of predicting things in the past and actually came true. Like, for example, he predicted that the Pope before the current one, Pope Francis, I forget his name now, but he was going to step down at a certain time. When popes don't usually step down, they stay in term as leader of the Catholic Church for life. But he predicted the exact time that he was going to step down, and he did. So I don't know. You can take it with a grain of salt. And if you look at the book of Revelation, it's all in chronological order. Like, for example, the mark of the beast is supposed to happen in the middle of tribulation, in chapter 13, and this is supposed to happen in chapter 8. This meteorite, which is probably a couple years prior to that. So I'm thinking that the Lord might come back. Now, I'm not date setting. I'm just speculating. And I lean towards a premature rapture. The reasons are, I can get into it right now, but if you look at a lot of Jewish traditions of the history, God tends to get his people away when a major disaster happens. For example, Noah's flood and Sodom and Gomorrah. He gets them out of the way. He evacuates them or tells them to leave, or does something for them to prepare for a major catastrophe. So if this is in fact going to happen, and also too, where if you take the Jewish wedding in the Old Testament, this is similar to the rapture, where certain things has to be done before the rapture happens. So the Jewish wedding is sort of a precursor or a representation of the rapture, in a sense. There's symbolism with that. Anyway, I'm not getting into why I'm a preacher. I lean towards, I shouldn't say I believe in it, but I lean towards preacher rapture. What I'm trying to say is that if this meteorite does in fact happen, those of you who are believers know that in your heart that, and who believe like what I believe, lean towards a preacher rapture, that we're all going to be evacuated before this happens. Those of you who don't believe, who are not skeptical, I urge you to reconsider what you believe and to probably look into accepting Christ as your Savior. I know I don't usually let my beliefs become visible in these videos. It's all about the music, but I figured I'd let you know that. If you're an atheist or agnostic or don't believe in Christianity, or you kind of believe in Christianity but hasn't took that step, you might want to reconsider your position. And anyway, don't believe what I'm saying, check out Skywatch TV. You can check out Revelation chapter 8. Don't take my word for it. Or and also that same guy, Tom Horn's going to be on Eat Supernatural with Sid Roth, which is also another TV series that talks about different things. Like I said, don't take my word for it. You can look at Revelation chapter 8, the entire chapter, and you can look at the other things I mentioned. So anyway, let's get right to the music. This is a very sobering thought, and on a more positive note, I'd like to get into the music. So here's some of my favorite albums that I've had over the past several years. These aren't any kind of ranking as such. These are more just put in order based on what they are in my collection. It's only order of putting. But like I said, and I usually try to keep it down to 1 or 2 albums per band. I know it's a lot of these bands like more than just this one album, but like I figure I keep it down to 1 or 2 albums per band. Let's get right to it. So what you have here is the Daniel Band, which I have both the CD and the record. Here you go. This is pretty much a phenomenal album. And a little backstory to this band. This is one of the first bands I got into when I discovered Christian hard rock, rock and metal back in '85. And I used to borrow this a lot from one of my neighbors. He had a cassette. I used to borrow it a lot and listen to it. Anyway, so what happened was that a friend of mine, another friend of mine, that same one who I borrowed this cassette off, but a different one, gave me this record years ago, back around 80, 89, in that time period. And I lost it. Anyway, so I took the record and I taped it off on cassette tape, which I don't currently have right now. I got rid of it as I converted everything to CDs. Where about this one? So I wouldn't like this one, which I sold it. But I bought this one back about in 2000, I believe that last year. This is a reissue by Retroactive Records back in 2018. So anyway, so I bought this one off of Gerda Music there last year. So very glad it has back in my collection. So there you have it, Daniel Band, Run from Darkness. Next up, and I could have easily put choose other albums from this band. Forget choose this one. This is popular in a lot of people's opinion. Petra, Beyond Belief, one of my favorite bands. A lot of great tunes in this one, like I'm on a Rock, Creed, Beyond Belief, Underground, Seen Not Heard, What's in the Name. I think I just list off 7 songs that are awesome songs in this album. Petra, Beyond Belief. This is one of the first albums. I believe this is their second album that went gold back in the day. It won a few music awards as well. I mean, I could have easily picked Unseen Powers came out after this one, or On Fire, which came out a couple albums before this one, or More Power to You. But I figured I'd choose this one. Petra, Beyond Belief. Those of you who follow Petra, this album's no stranger to any of you. You probably have this in your collection. And this is probably one of the more popular albums back in the day. I think it still is to this day. A lot of great tunes on this one. And they also came out with a video album of this album as well, which features 6 songs. So 6 of these have videos and show the family going through some struggles. If you can track them online, I encourage you to watch the video. Very uplifting video. There you have it, Beyond Belief. Okay, so next up we have another band. I could have easily, 1 second now, another great band. This is more of a studio band. They're not known to go on any tours, but there you have it, Macedon. It's Jungle Out There, which is the Frontiers Music Records reissue of this album. Awesome album. As you may know, Dylan Jonafante, who's a big time producer of several Christian hard rock and metal bands, and some pop and rock, put this album back in '89. And as you may know, Jonfante's a band in Kansas. And I believe when he formed this band, I think he may have used leftover Kansas material, 1 or 2 of these songs. Because when you listen to the album, if you're familiar with Kansas, I know a few of their songs from Kansas, but a lot of the songs are similar in nature to Kansas. And also I have theirs, this came out in 1989. They also came out with another one, Lufcadio, back in 1990, which was also a good album too. And also their last one, Mastodon 3, made in 2009. And this actually featured the bass player of Whiteheart, Anthony Sally. He played in this album. And Dave Amato of Errol Speedwagon. He also played in this album as well. So there you have it. Mastodon 3. I think it's called, yeah, Mastodon 3. There you have it. And also Dave Ahmad also played some vocals on this album as well. And he also thinks tribute to One Lift Patio as well. So there you have it. Dave Amato and Errol Speedwagon and John Fonte are good buddies. So there you have it. Another album. Now, I could have easily picked other people. I think if they were to pick this band, a favorite album, they would have picked other albums besides what I'm going to pick. And this is a major pioneering blues-based, mostly blues-based hard rock band. But there you have it, the Rez Band, Hostage. Good album. Now, the thing with this album is that, and I'm hitting up on 11 minutes here, but better cut this short. This is the first album I got into with Rez, and I got some awesome tunes such as SOS, Attention. Listen, go online and listen to Attention. It's a heavy, power metal, aggressive song. Almost borderline on speed metal. I think this is this is the heaviest song of any band, I think, back in the day from that period, 84, is Rez Attention. And also from that day band I just shown, another very heavy song, 84, is Don't Give Up, the first track off Run From Darkness. But I would encourage you to go online and click on Attention. I know a lot of bands like Bloodgood and Stryper say, yeah, we're the first Christian metal band, we're the first to do what we do. But a little known song of this one's called Attention. I encourage you to go on go on YouTube and listen to Attention. This is probably the heaviest song from any band in Christian, or one of the heaviest songs from any band in Christian music, which we're up there with like probably Iron Maiden. It's a very Iron Maiden type song. You hear the thumping bass and the drums and the guitars. I encourage you to go on YouTube and listen to the song Attention. Like I said, other great songs: The Souls for Hire, Defective Youth, Crimes, Tears in the Rain. Awesome, another awesome, incredible song. It tells a story of a guy and a girl. Awesome, incredible song. One of my favorite Rez songs. So like I said, Hostage, Rez. Now, as you may know, this contains some new wave material and heavy, aggressive material. And you might think this album's a bit scattered, like not focused. But don't let the synth pop songs or the rock songs and the heavy metal songs deter you from liking this album. You gotta give this a good listen. Great album. Now, there's another favorite band of mine. I could have showed other albums because they're all good in my opinion, or I should say I like anywhere from 80-85% of the songs from this band that they ever put out. But and I could have showed other albums, but I figured I'd show this one. This is the most popular. What we have here is Stryper, To Help the Devil. Another great album. I mean, I could have showed Soldiers, which I also do like. I could have showed No More Helipe or Goddamn Evil. But I figured I'd show this one, To Help the Devil. Great album. This is no stranger to anybody. Have 2, 3, 4 singles, which became popular on MTV. Honestly, Free and Calling on You. And I believe All of Me was a video that was aired from time to time as well. And also I got the 3 different versions of their CDs. Here's the Japanese import, the Western import, and the 2000 Michael Sweet Productions release, limited edition release. Here you have it. So Stryper, To Help the Devil. Next up we have Michael Sweet, One Side of War, another fantastic album. I also have the autograph slip sleeve version or deluxe version of this album. Now, another great album, and of course, a lot of you are familiar with this album. Awesome album. I mean, you got like songs like, let's have a look at songs here, which are worthy mention. You have Bizarre, One Side of War, Can't Take This Life, Radio, Golden Age, Only You. I think it's probably my favorite song on track. I Am. Some great tunes on this one. Yeah, actually, I just know something on this CD, guys, on this album. 1 second now. Can't Take This Life. I never noticed before. And I haven't listened to the vinyl yet. I got this in the mail there back before Christmas. But Can't Take This Life is track number 3. And Can't Take This Life in the CD version is the last track. And there's 2 different versions. It is Michael Sweet does a version and Monica Formica does a version. Can't Take This Life. Actually, one second. Huh? Yeah. It's track 13 on the album, Can't Take This Life. And it's the 3rd track on the record. Didn't realize that. So they must have, and this one only has 10 songs of record. There's 2 songs left off it. So there you have it. Interesting. Anyway, I just noticed that just in. I gotta get through this video. It's gonna be a long video. There you have it, Michael Sweet. One Sided War, great album. Now I could have showed their other one, the new one, 10, but I haven't given that one a thorough listen yet. And which from what I heard, I like a lot so far. But like I said, I didn't want to mention that one yet because I haven't get a chance to go through the album to give it justice, to give it a ranking or give my thoughts on it. So there you have it. Next one I'm going to show is a band that recently came out of hiatus for 20 plus years. This is Fear Not, a self-titled album. As many know, they were formerly known as the band Love Life, which came out with Goodbye Lady Jane in 1991. And this came out in 1983 under the name Fear Not. I do have a CD for it there as well. There you have it. Great band, great album. And also got an EP out called For the Wounded Heart as well. I believe they're working on a new album as well. There you have it. Fear Not. If you like that Slaughter sound, recommend that band. Another band I don't need no introduction is, as you may know, Holy Soldier. There you have it. Got the vinyl for it. And got the CDs, the original pressing under A&M. See A&M logo here. And the Roxas Productions version here as well with the bonus tracks. There you have it. Great band, great album. The one that came out after the Last Train is also a good album. And also came out with a pretty good live album back after that point called Encore. A lot of great tunes in that one. Holy Soldier, one of those LA-based West Coast bands. They're around in the club circuit like the Whiskey and the Troubadour for a few years before they got signed to Word and Myrrh Records back in the day and put out the album back in 1990, the self-titled one just shown. Great band, great vibe going through that whole album. There you have it, Holy Soldier. Another one on the show is Zion. There you have it. Thunder from the Mountain. I got both the Jizzle version. I haven't listened to it yet, but and then I got the original pressing of it. Zion is one of those bands that unfortunately put it with one album, and I wish they put out more. It would be great if they put it like another couple more albums after this one, but they didn't, and because Rex Scott went on to join Next Sinner. This band was originally from the early 80s, and this album originally came out in 1989. And I believe when Myrrh Records was putting out a shopping round for a hard rock band beside their label, it was between these guys and the Holy Soldier, just mentioned. And these guys unfortunately get signed to Word Records. Holy Soldier did instead. So, but I wonder what happened if these guys got signed instead as Holy Soldier, how history would have been changed. I think this band would have put out another couple albums. And Holy Soldier, I think, would have been signed to another label and put out their 2, 3, or 4 albums. So who knows what would happen? Interesting though. I believe was this one produced by David Zafiro as well? Let me check. No, he's not mentioned here. But anyway, he was involved in the band anyway, so. It's David Zafiro at some point in time. So there you have it. Zion, Thunder from the Mountain. Another album on the show is one of my favorite albums. And I know these guys been considered a certain band's clone. But here you have it. Ex-Sinner. Get it. Great album. And, you know, just every song in this album is fantastic. Medicine, Stepping on Toes, Hearts on Fire, Get It, Accountable, Walking Evil, Lift 'Em Up, Live on the Edge. Awesome tunes. Like I said, X Center, Get It. If you don't have this album, it might be a bit pricey on eBay and different things out of print. I highly recommend you get the album. Like AC/DC, Cinderella, what are bands to compare them to? Def Leppard, you know, that kind of sound to them. I highly recommend this album. I got both the A&M version, which is going for a lot of money on eBay, and actually no, not eBay anymore, but it was for well up there in price. And here's a Get It, the blue Packing World Records version. There you have it. Another great band that only put a few albums over years, which a lot of great songs in this one, is Messiah Prophet, Master Metal. Awesome album. I'm currently going to get this one on CD as well, because I like to have both. And some incredible albums in this, incredible songs in this one. Too bad the lead singer passed away recently of a bad disease. I believe he passed away with ALS. I mean, consider they put like songs like Hit and Run, Master Metal, Hit and Run, Master Metal, Fear No Evil, Heavy Metal Thunder, The Friend, Battle Crying, Voices Calling. Awesome tunes. Only get 8 songs. The one For Whom the Bell Tolls is okay. It's based on Psalm 23, but like the other 7 songs of the 8-song albums, awesome, incredible. Like I said, if you don't know this band, I encourage you to check them out. Kind of remind me of that Scorpions traditional heavy metal vibe. I wouldn't say in the way of power metal or you know, that kind of metal, but more of a melodic heavy metal, heavy groove type of kind of vibe to the music, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you have it. The other one I mentioned needs no introduction, but I could have easily showed other albums from this guy's catalog, but this is Ken Tamplin self-titled album. Came out in 1993. Sorry, and I got the Guerrilla Music version, and I got the original Benson Records version. Great album. Got like 11 tracks. Contains great songs such as Dancing on a Volcano, Slave Trade, Testify, Mystery Train, Lap of Legends, When the Clock Runs Down, Getting My Son, Movers and Shakers, Suspicious Eyes. Great tunes. Like I said, if you don't know, actually I don't think Mystery Train's my favorite song on the album, I'm not sure, but the other ones are great tunes. If you don't know Ken Tamplin, which I think most of you do already, from what we've mentioned, or me and other people mentioned before, you know, he's in bands Shout, Magdalene, got a lot of solo albums out, which I got most of them, and he is also got his own vocal academy out, as you may know. Awesome shredder, musician, great personality. Watches his postings on YouTube. It will shoot a lot about history and biblical history on Facebook. Sorry, not YouTube, but Facebook, I meant to say. Great album, great guitarist, great singer, great musician all around. There you have it, Ken Tamplin. Next one in the show, moving right along here, is another band known to be a guitar shredder. One of the best guitar players in the world, according to some Japanese magazines. There you have it, Joshua Pariah of the band Joshua, called Intense Offense. Awesome album. I think that this is probably my top, if I were to put this album in ranking, it'd probably be in the top 5 spot, top 5 position, above 5. Awesome album. Not a bad song on the album. This is one of the few albums I can say that I like every single song on this album. He must have been on a high note when he wrote this album. And of course features Mighty Rob Rock on vocals. We all know who Rob Rock is. I mean, like songs like Reach Up, I've Been Waiting, Only Yesterday, Living on the Edge, Tear Up My Heart, Remembering You, Look to the Sky, Don't You Know, and Stand Alone. Stand Alone is an awesome song. Go on YouTube and listen to Stand Alone. It's got the wall of keyboards that kicks in as it starts before the song kicks in, the guitars, bass, and drums. Kind of reminds you of got a what sort of Whitesnake vibe going through it. Remembering You, an awesome ballad. Look at Remembering You, kind of reminds you of the song Journey by Faithfully by Journey. It's probably one of my all-time favorite ballads of all time. Even beat Striper. Joshua, known as the Intense Offense. If you find it somewhere on eBay, I know it's a bit pricey right now. Only paid about $22 Canadian on this for the CD. Awesome. Another favorite band of mine. Now, I could have equally showed different albums from this band, but I didn't. Other albums from this band. But I figured I'd just show two, narrow it down to two. And there's another guitar shredder, one of the best fast guitar players in the world. Here we have here is the very best of Impellitteri, and this shows a snapshot of his entire career. Let me have a look here for you a second. 1 second now. Yeah, it shows songs from the first EP. Just want to make sure I got like everything covered. They got Lost the Rain from the EP. Oh, yep, it shows Stand in Line, Lost the Rain from the first EP, Stand in Line from Stand in Line. It features all the songs from the albums up to System X. This one came out in 2002, and shows every song from every album from System X. Sorry, from the first EP in '87 up to System X in 2002. This one came out in 2002. Very best in Impellitteri. If you like, and like I said, I don't usually show compilation albums, but like I had to show this one because it's a great album. When I first bought this back in 2014, this is a constant play in my car. Awesome, incredible album. I should play every song. It also contains two unreleased tracks, Freak Show and Cyberflesh. So Freak Show is about the insanity of Hollywood, called Freak Show, and Cyberflesh is obviously about online porn. So there you have it. And this is a Japanese import. Even came with the OBI strip when I bought it. So I bought this sealed. Here's the OBI strip. And it comes with a thick booklet. Of course, part of the lyrics in Japanese and the other parts is in English. There you have it. Impellitteri. Very best Impellitteri. Fast and Speed Light. Highly recommend you track this down and getting it. The other great album from Impellitteri is a new one called Nature the Beast. I got a Japanese import this one. There you have it. Awesome album. That's probably this is rivals their stuff they come out with in the 90s. Here's a DVD version of their similar videos. There you have it. Incredible album. I rank this very high up there, and easy make my top 10 list of favorite albums of all time. There you have it. Impellitteri, Nature the Beast. So getting right along here, moving right along here. Another great band, great guitar player. I could have showed other albums from this band, but I figured show the first one called White Cross 1987. This is a remixed version, re-recorded version of the first debut. Like I said, great album. I mean, it's hardly a bad song on the album. Who Will You Follow? I can't read the titles now. 1 second now. He's a Rock, Looking for the Reason, Know I'm Going Down, Seems Believing, and so on and so forth. Awesome album. All the songs are great. Just about all the songs. I could have showed Hammer Nail, which is also a great album, or Triumphant Return, another great album, but figure show this one. White Cross. Don't know if you don't have this one, highly recommend you pick this one up. Another great band. I know this is going to be reissued soon from Boone's Overstock. Barren Cross, State of Control. Awesome album. Not a bad song on the album, hardly. I mean, you got like State of Control at a time, Face in the Dark, States of Intensity, Hard Lies, Inner War, Love at Full Volume, Big Tree Man, and one of my favorite tracks, 2,000 Years, which shows a synopsis of the impact of Christ made in the world. Awesome album. Love the artwork. I know a lot of people don't like the artwork, but I love the artwork of a young girl looking in the window. Love the blue and the color scheme here. Everything about this is great. I got the Royal Disc version of this one, which came out in 2002 or 3, I think, not mistaken. There you have it. But like I said, great album. And I highly recommend you getting this album or getting the reissue on Boone's Overstock. Another great band I'm going to show. And I figured show a couple albums of this band. I'm going to show some other ones. But here is Saint, Tom's End, and Saint, Too Late for Living. Now, like I said, I could have showed other albums like In the Battle or The Mark or The Revelation, which is the same album with under a different name, remix. But like I said, I like pretty much all Saints catalog from about their first album up to, well, their first album was a bit spotty, Wars of the Sun. That's why I didn't show that one. But from Time's End up until 2010's Hellblade, they got a little bit spotty after Hellblade, in my opinion, with different lead singers. But like I said, and I haven't heard a new one yet, The Calf. I didn't mention that one yet because I haven't heard that one yet. I gotta give that one a good listen. There you have it. And last but not least, and thanks for bearing with me, I know it's a long video, is Deliverance. There you have it, the debut. And this needs no introduction. One of the first pure, completely all thrash metal albums from any band in Christian metal, with the exception of Vengeance, Human Sacrifice, which I don't have. This is probably one of the second, probably, thrash speed metal release in Christian metal. There you have it. And also got their Roxx Records version of their CD coming to 2017, which I got a VCLT from Scott. Thanks, Scott. And their 2008 retroactive version of the debut. There you have it. Awesome album. And the best thing on the album. I mean, you got Victory, No Time, Who, If You Will, The Call, No Love, Blood of Covenant, Jehovah Jireh, Temporary Standing, and Wake. My favorite songs in the album. The song Deliverance is okay, but the other songs are great. Deliverance, the debut album. They don't have this one. I recommend you pick this one up. If you're on the fence, pick it up now. Don't wait. Grab one of these versions online. They're great to have. The mastering of these are pretty much similar. I don't have either preference to either one. But like I said, pick one up. Pick one of these up if you don't have it in your collection. Highly recommend it. And there you have it, guys. Apologize for the long video. It's a long video. I might show another video shortly of a different idea I got in my mind. And I figure ending this off here is getting up at 32 minutes. So all the best and have a great day. Bye now.